Morning glory seeds, yes. Now this is something that's accessible and that those of you who find yourselves bemoaning the lack of availability could overcome. The heavenly blue morning glory with the heart-shaped leaf, that's important because I see around here, I see blue morning glories with a leaf that looks like a grape leaf. That's not it, folks. That won't do it. It has to have a Valentine-shaped leaf and this brilliant blue or white and blue flower. Those are hybrids. The blue is the wild type. It's called heavenly blue. The white is called pearly gates, and the white and blue is called flying saucer. These guys must have been doing more than...
Something was up.
Now, listen carefully, and I'll avoid a lawsuit, and you'll avoid a tummy ache. The morning glory seeds which are sold in garden stores here are the morning glory that you want, the blue, heavenly blue morning glory. But seed companies have dipped these seeds in a poison specifically to keep you from getting high off these morning glory seeds. So what you have to do then is overcome this by stealth. Always our best weapon. Stealth means buy the morning glories and grow them and produce an uncontaminated crop of your own. Now, the morning glory seeds that you will produce by this means you have to take around 250 for a person of ordinary body weight. So if you are low or high, make the adjustment accordingly. The morning glory seeds can be floured in your brawn grinder and then mixed into applesauce or a milkshake or some thick medium, because actually it's pretty disgusting. Now there's a slight problem here, which is the seed also contains ester coumarone, which is an emetic and makes your stomach cramp. So that will leave after about an hour. So you can either pay your dues and sit there with a terrible tummy ache for this very critical hour, or there are strategies for getting that ester coumarone out of there with solvent washes. I don't want to give the details because too many people blow themselves to kingdom come. High molecular weight solvents like chloroform and petroleum ether tend to be slightly tricky for the non-chemist to work with. But if you are a chemist, go to the literature and you'll figure it out. A solvent which sometimes works, which is non-explosive relatively, is grain alcohol. But grain alcohol, the reason chemists don't use it is because it's not very efficient. You'll get like 60 to 70% of a sample, where if you go to chloroform or PET ether, you can push that up to 96, 97%. If you get the seed, again, treat it like the morning glory. Flour it in a very fine grinder. Those seeds are hard as hell, so you've got to do that. Flour it, soak it in water, shake the water vigorously several times. The larger the volume of water, the more efficient the filtration or the extraction will be. And then pour all the water through a Melita filter, and then collect the water and take it. I don't think it would be a good idea to try to concentrate that by heat, or you'll destroy the active principle. These beta-carbolines, harmine, harmaline, they all have there is a slight stomach thing. They come on in about an hour. There's what's called visual streaming. I am assuming, first of all, I'm making a number of assumptions here, that you are sitting in silent darkness and that you have an empty stomach. And then you get visual streaming, which, if you've never seen this, it's basically, it looks like you're driving through a bunch of after images. There are these purple and chartreuse lights. sliding past. And when you stare forward, you can see them sliding past. After about 10 minutes of that, and possibly a hit of cannabis, it becomes more explicit, and you move into the realm of what's called hypnagogia. Hypnagogia are dancing mice, little colored candies, pieces of ribbons, gears, screws, the trivia, the impedimentia of the phantasmagoria of your mind, you know. And then after about 10 minutes of that, and of course what's happening, if you have a pharmacological vision of this, is thousands of these molecules are arriving at the synaptic site of activity, elbowing aside the local population of endogenous neurotransmitters, getting them out of the way, plugging themselves into the receptor site and beginning to lift the electron spin resonance levels and push them in new directions. And you can almost hear it doing this. Then beyond the hypnagogia, there is the actual trip. And it usually is encountered, you have to go through what Mircea Eliade called the rupture of the mundane plane. This means that the world has to, it like falls apart or explodes or settles down on you. There's a sense of a rupture of plane, and then the visually coherent, emotionally laden, information-laden, high-content hallucinations occur. And many people have taken psychedelic drugs and never gotten past the hypnagogia. They don't know that there's something out there besides dancing mice and spinning geometric wheels and stuff like that. But beyond that, you cross over.